The story of David long before he was a king. David was simply a shepherd boy from Bethlehem. The youngest of 8 sons, he spent most days out in the fields protecting his father's sheep. While others saw a boy, God saw a king in the making. In the quiet hills, David learned courage, patience, and worship. With a sling in one hand and a harp in the other, he grew strong in both battle and faith. The anointing one ordinary day, the prophet Samuel arrived at David's home, searching for the man God had chosen to lead Israel. David's brothers stood tall and impressive, but God rejected all of them. When David walked in from the fields, dusty and young, God spoke to Samuel. "This is the one." Samuel poured oil on David's head, anointing him as the future king of Israel, even though he was only a boy. David and long after, Israel found itself trembling before a giant named Goliath. Every soldier was afraid except David. With faith burning strong, he stepped forward with no sword, no armor, only a sling, a few stones, and total confidence in God. With one swing and one stone, David struck the giant in the forehead and brought him down. That moment changed everything. The nation now saw him as a hero, and so did King Saul. Life under King Saul. David served Saul faithfully, playing the harp to calm the king's troubled spirit and leading armies into victory. But Saul grew jealous. The crowd sang, "Saul has slain his thousands, but David his tens of thousands." Rage grew inside Saul, and David became the target of the king's hatred. For years, David was forced to run, hiding in caves, escaping traps, and depending on God for survival. Yet he never tried to harm Saul, even when he had the chance. His heart remained humble. David becomes king after Saul's death. The people finally crowned David as king of Israel. Under his leadership, the nation grew strong. Jerusalem became the capital, and the Ark of the Covenant was brought there with celebration and worship. David led the people with courage, justice, and joy. David's failures and redemption. Even a man after God's own heart had moments of failure. David fell into sin with Bathsheba, and the consequences shook his family. But unlike many kings, David humbled himself, admitted his wrong, and repented before God. His life became an example of grace, forgiveness, and restoration. David's legacy. David grew older, passing his throne to his son Solomon, and though he made mistakes, he never stopped worshiping God. His psalms still echo today, songs of praise, pain, trust, and triumph. David's story is one of courage, faith, forgiveness, and destiny. A shepherd became a warrior, a fugitive became a king, and his line would one day lead to the greatest king of all, Jesus.